A lot of creatives experience art block and burnout, and I really wanna talk about this because this was a huge problem for me that I didn't know how to deal with well. I'm a person who had a really long 6-month-long art block after a major burnout, so I want to share my wisdom with you guys, and I hope that my tips will help you recover better or even not to have art block in the first place. Let's get right into it. So my first and biggest tip is to stop doing this creative activity that you have an art block with. I will mostly be talking about art and illustration because that's what my channel is mostly about, but it can be useful for any creative person. I will just give you examples about art. So my biggest tip: don't draw and don't push yourself however long it takes. Ideally, you should stop drawing right away when you notice any signs of art block. I made a mistake of dragging a dead horse around for far too long. I hope that's the right expression that I can use here. I mean that even after finding out that I was burned out, I had an art block, I still kept pushing myself and trying to produce art because I'm an artist and I need to make content for Instagram. If I stop posting my content, then every social media will forget about me and blah 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 blah, which made it even worse. So the more you push yourself to draw when you don't want to, the harder it's gonna be for you to come back from this state. And the more disgusted, I would say, and repulsed you will feel about art. And we definitely don't want to go to that place, guys. Take a break, however long you need, even if it takes months or years. And I'm not joking, you need to fully recover. Maybe you literally need a weekend off just not to think about art, and then you'll feel inspired again next week. Or you might need months like me, and that's totally normal. Only you can really tell when it's time to come back to drawing. No one else really knows that or can tell you that, so trust yourself and see how you feel. My second tip is to stop thinking about Instagram and social media. I know it's really easy to fall into a trap of social media when everyone around you tells you that you should be posting consistently and there is a right time of week and day when you should be posting and all of that stuff. But you should really ask yourself this: what is more important, my mental health or my social media engagement? And I think you know what the right answer is. All the social media will still be there when you decide that you're ready for it, I promise you. And sure, you might lose some followers or subscribers, and you probably will, but who cares? Those people were not that into your content in the first place if they decided to unfollow you just because of your inconsistency. I surely lost a couple of hundred Instagram followers during my 6-month art break. What helps me is to think that those were not my kind of people in the first place if they decided to unfollow me. I personally couldn't care less if an artist whose art I enjoy looking at doesn't post consistently. I love their art and they should share it on their terms. So I think you should totally forget the pressure of social media and focus on your mental health. And the next tips will be more practical, the things that you can do when you stop drawing and stop caring about social media. So my third tip is to copy someone else's artwork. I know it sounds weird, but let me explain it. If you still have some desire to draw but just don't want to come up with your own ideas, you feel that you don't have any creative energy left for that, maybe it's time to improve your art skills and to study the work of the artist that you like. So that's what I used to do in the beginning when I started to learn how to draw. And of course, a huge disclaimer that you should never claim this artwork as your own if you copy it from someone else, and you should never post it on your social media. So I hope that's clear. What you can do is just to get some art from your favorite artist and try to recreate it as closely as you can. You can also think about a specific area that you want to improve. For example, you love these particular artist colors, right? Then you can try to, instead of color picking it, you can just try to do it yourself. So to eyeball it and find these right colors. That will improve your sense of color and you'll get much better at picking colors. And maybe it's the light that they use or just the texture, so you can really focus on a particular aspect of this artist artwork that you enjoy and try to recreate it for practice purposes. That's really relaxing and it improves your art massively. So of course you will not have anything to post on socials, but yeah, it's just for you and for your art. So just do it for yourself. Tip number 4 is to do courses or follow along videos. This is a very similar idea to the previous one, but instead you can watch tutorials and courses while you are having an art block. It could literally be just a draw with me video where you follow the steps that are laid out for you and you don't have to think about it. Of course, you cannot claim it as your own again, but it's great for unwinding and relaxing and drawing something that you like from other artists. Or you can take a course, because it's always easier to follow along a course. You will be given a clear guidelines on how to complete a certain project. It might really help you get your creative energy back without straining it too much. Tip number 5 is to find other activities or hobbies. This is all about shifting your focus from art to other activities. I talk about it in my other video about why I failed at an art career, which you can also watch. I'll link it in the description. I talk about my main mistakes in pursuing art career. Lack of other hobbies is actually something that can cause burnout and art block in the first place. When you put all of your time and energy into art, especially if you want to build an art career, art can quickly become a chore. So I really know that it's tempting to draw all the time, all day, every day, weekends, evenings, nights, but as any other activity, you should do it in moderation. Art is not an exception. It can be really harmful for your eyes as well, and your creative energy, your mental health, and a lot of other things. So I really recommend you to not to do only art, but to shift your focus, to use different parts of your brain, and to do other activities that will make you actually miss making art. So I suggest trying new hobbies. It can be something remotely related to art. Maybe it's a coloring books where you don't have to come up with your own ideas again and you just color without thinking about it too much. Or it can be something completely different, like dancing. That's what I'm doing actually. It can also be yoga or any other classes that help you switch off the creative part of your brain. And it's super helpful and it will make you that much more excited about making art again. And my final tip, the most important of all, is to be kind to yourself. Just be kind to yourself and listen to yourself. I know it sounds really simple, but it's actually not easy. Practice listening to yourself. If your body is telling you that it doesn't want you to draw, don't do it. With any other activities, it works the exact same way. Don't beat yourself up for not making art. You're not less of an artist just because you are not making art at the moment or you're taking a break. So take care of your mental health, prioritize it, and you'll feel so much better in no time. So these are all the tips I wanted to share with you guys today. Let me know in the comments what your favorite tip was, which one you're going to implement in your own life, and share any other tips related to art block. I think it will be very helpful for other creatives who suffer from it. So please share them and read the comment section for more tips from other creatives. And thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, if it was helpful for you guys, please consider subscribing to my channel, give this video a like, leave a comment, all of that stuff. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!